The president met with the Prime Minister of Ireland in the Oval Office. Let's listen.
Are you going to visit the border, Mr. President, with Northern Ireland?
Well, that's an interesting border also. We have two interesting borders. One happens to be where you are, right? And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's my great honor to have the very popular Prime Minister of Ireland with us, and we're having some good talks about trade and about military and about cyber and all of the other things that we're talking about. The relationship is outstanding and only getting better, and it really is a very special group of people. A tremendous number of Irish are living in New York, where I grew up, and they're living in the United States, and these are truly wonderful people. We love them. And Mr. Prime Minister, it's great to have you. Thank you.
Well, my pleasure. Thanks for the invitation to be here. So I'm going to be in New York on Saturday.
Oh, good.
Yeah, for
Wow,
the parade,
that's good.
so marching on Fifth Avenue.
That's good. I'd like to do it with you. I don't know.
Does it pass Trump Tower?
It does. It goes right by Trump Tower.
Okay, that should be good.
I used to watch it all the time. I would watch it all the time. So you'll be there on Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so a lot of the American side of my family came through New York. They're all in New Jersey and Florida now.
All right.
But some of them will
right.
be at the reception later.
That's right. That makes sense. And this is the first time in the Oval Office.
I was telling President Trump I was here before as a congressional intern back in 2000, but they didn't let me into the Oval Office on that occasion.
But now we do. You've made great progress. Thank you. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Look forward to talking
Any comment on the
about
Russian
trade and a few things
sanctions,
later
Mr. President?
It looks like it. I spoke with the Prime Minister, and we are in deep discussions, a very sad situation. It certainly looks like the Russians were behind it, something that should never, ever happen, and we're taking it very seriously, as I think are many others.
Any more staff changes coming, sir?
Well, the story was very false. I mean, they wrote a story about staff changes today that was very false. We made a wonderful change. I think Mike Pompeo is going to be an incredible Secretary of State. We have some wonderful ideas. I've gotten to know a lot of people over the last year. You know, I've been in Washington for a little bit more than a year, where some people have been here for 30, 40 years. I've gotten to know great people. So there'll always be change, but very little. It was a very false story. It was very exaggerated and false story. But there'll always be change, and I think you want to see change. And I want to also see different ideas. Larry Kudlow just came in a little while ago, and I think Larry is going to be outstanding as economic advisor. So we look forward to it. But we'll talk to you about it later. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Are you always been truthful with Prime Minister Trudeau?
Thank you very much.
Might you come to Ireland next year, Mr. President?
It could happen.
Yeah, before re-election.
That could happen. Well, maybe if that helps. Right? I look forward to being there. It's a great country. I guess I have received a formal invite. I'd go to the border.
Would you be considered as field tours, President?
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Say hello to the people.
Thank you all.
Say hello. Great people.
All right, so the President of the United States there meeting with the Irish Prime Minister, the Taoiseach. The President saying that he knows that the Irish in America have contributed a lot to our country.
Right.
And it's interesting, the PM saying that he was a congressional intern at some point because he does have American cousins, relations in the United States. There were a couple of questions directed at President Trump with regards to the sanctions that have just been implemented by the Trump administration against Russia, not only for the recent attacks on UK soil of Sergei Skripal, former double agent, and his daughter, but also the cyber attacks that Russia has propagated on the United States, not only through our election cycle, but also our electrical grid. And so the president saying that that's something that that he believes Russia is responsible for. And also, the president was asked about the Q&A there were reporters about the
shake-up in the White House.
Shake-up in the White House.
Said change is good.
Change is
that
good.
we can expect change, and then change is a good thing.
Yes.